This May 13 log is mostly about fixing older issues that had been left behind. The work cleaned up README documentation gaps and repaired the circle access policy flow, especially where front-end settings, signed policy payloads, and indexed backend state could drift apart. The documentation pass cleaned up an older visibility problem. The repo had many moving parts, but not enough local README files for understanding each surface quickly. The root README and architecture docs now point through anchor programs, shared Rust crates, CPI interfaces, the indexer, query API, Prisma read model, SDK, frontend, mobile shell, extension services, and external game chat adapters. The commit added README files across major subprojects, plus interactive HTML maps and an architecture inventory, so future reviews can start from visible documentation instead of reconstructing every boundary from file names. Circle settings now handle access policy as a real editable setting instead of leaving part of the access model implicit. The UI distinguishes free access, crystal-gated access, invite-only access, and approval-required access. For crystal-gated circles, the settings flow carries the minimum crystal threshold instead of treating every token gate as a vague crystal mode. The same access wording was updated across English, Chinese, Spanish, and French. The membership policy, root, now treats min crystals as part of the signed policy payload. It rejects token-gated policies with a zero threshold, rejects non-token policies that try to keep a crystal threshold, and returns a projection mismatch when index state has not caught up yet. The frontend waits for the min crystal projection after a flag update, then saves the signed policy, so the UI and backend are less likely to disagree about who can enter a circle. The fork context access model records a core rule that needed to be made explicit. A fork creates an independent path, not inherited ownership or inherited access. Private and invite-only source circles are blocked from the default fork path, and fork readiness can explain that as a specific status instead of a generic shortfall. The public rule is simple: context can travel, but assets, permissions, and private content do not automatically move with the fork. This commit adds root tests for membership policy updates, membership engine tests for token gates, settings envelope tests for min crystal's projection authority, and front-end static coverage for create circle access policy wiring.